Hi everybody, it's Chris, and welcome to another video by the Infinity System. Tonight, we'd like to talk to you about the illusion of choice. We often think about our ability to choose, that if we make the right choices, we can control our surroundings, our lives, and ultimately our destinies. These are my decisions and my choices to make. You can even take this a step farther. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. For example, you play a game of poker and lose $5. It's not much, but it still stings. Afterwards, mulling this over, you realize that your empty wallet is the result of the choices you made. First, you made the choice to play. Then you made the choice to continue playing as things turned against you in the hopes that you would ultimately win. And that finally, it was your choice, your fault that you ultimately lost because you chose to keep playing. Our circumstances and lives are defined by a never-ending cascade of choices. Choices everywhere. For abuse survivors, this is a self-obvious fact. We know that there is always a choice to be made, and that it's our job to follow the rules and know what the right choices and the wrong choices are. We know that if we make the right choice, we are good. We know that if we make the wrong choice, we are bad, and it's our fault. After all, we knew better. We knew the rules, and if we had just followed them, done as we were told, made the right choices, then we wouldn't have to be punished now. It's our fault for not listening, and we deserve to be punished for it, right? But what if all that wasn't true? What if what they told you was a lie? What if the choices that you thought you were given were, in fact, not choices at all? What if it wasn't about choice, but about control, controlling you? And what if it wasn't your fault? We know it sounds impossible, even ridiculous, doesn't it? You made the choice to disobey, to be bad. They didn't make you do it. But the truth is, they did, and we can prove it. To do so, we'll demonstrate with a simple game, a game of the imagination. We'll describe something and you close your eyes and try to imagine it perfectly. Then we'll compare notes from time to time to see if we're all in tune. For now, keep your eyes open while we give you an example. Ready? First, we want each of you to imagine that there's a little table in front of you. On that table are 3 colored balls, a red one, a white one, and a blue one, like the colors of the French or American flag. 3 pretty, shiny little colored balls, red, white, and blue, similar perhaps to ones that you played with as a child. Now, watch me closely and do exactly as we do. I want you to pick up one of the balls with your right hand. Doesn't matter what color you pick up, just choose one at random. In the experiment ahead, I'll be asking you to spell a given word. Don't worry, it's not a quiz. When I do ask, I want you to move the ball from hand to hand as you spell. 1 move for each letter. So, if we were spelling the word ball, we'd start with the ball in your fist like this and then shift it back and forth. B-A-L-L. Let's try it. B-A-L-L. Got it? Good. All right, place that ball back on the table with the others. We want to start with our hands and our imaginations empty. Now, to help you sharpen your imaginations, you may close your eyes, or you may keep them open. The choice is yours. Just listen to my instructions and concentrate on the imaginary items in front of you. I want you to reach down with your right hand and pick up one of the balls, red, white, or blue. Do you have it in your right hand? Now I want you to toss it from hand to hand as before as you spell the color of the ball you chose, red, white, or blue. Start with it in your right hand and toss it to the left, going back and forth, 1 move for each letter. Do so now. Excellent. You've got a fist where you're holding the ball and an open, empty hand. With your empty hand, pick up a second ball. Be sure to see the color of the new ball in your hand clearly. Imagine that color perfectly in your mind. Good. You are now holding 1 ball in each hand. Toss the ball in your left hand over your shoulder and away. Because it's an imaginary ball, it vanishes. Now, feel free to move the ball in your right hand to your left hand, or leave it in your right hand. Just don't forget the color. At this point, you have one ball on the table and a second ball in either your right or your left hand. Everyone has something different in their fist. Alright, let's make this really random. I want you to spell your first name moving the ball from hand to hand, back and forth, once for each letter. Do so now. Excellent. Now, notice which hand the ball is in, your right hand or your left hand. Spell that word, right or left, moving from one hand to the other as before. Do that now, spelling either right or left. Good. Now, keep the ball in the hand where it ended up. Now, spell the color of the ball in your hand, again moving the ball back and forth, transferring one time for each letter. Do so now. Good. Stop right there. You've got a fist with a ball inside of it and an empty hand. With your empty hand, pick up the last ball on the table and be certain to note that final color. See it clearly in your mind. Now, listen to me closely. This next part is very important. Take the ball that's in your left hand and hold it up in front of your face. Build the image of the ball in your mind. Feel the weight of the ball in your hand. Concentrate on the color. Imagine it clearly. Now, stick it to the end of your nose like a magnet. You can throw away the other ball and open your eyes now. That was a pretty good test of your imaginations, wasn't it? And the choices that you made. You had to see colors and shapes in front of you. You had to move them back and forth between your hands in a random manner, depending upon the decisions that you made, your choices. What hand you were thinking about, or what color you were thinking about. Choices everywhere, and every one of them yours. Or were they? Could I have somehow manipulated the choices you made? Could have known the outcome before we even began? Is it possible that all this time, no matter what you were told by your abusers, no matter what you might have thought you should or should not have done, that it was all based on a lie? That in fact you had no real choices at all? That the abuse was not your fault and never was? The proof and the truth has been right in front of you this entire time, just waiting to be seen, like the blue ball currently stuck on the end of your nose. It wasn't your choice, and it wasn't your fault. That's it for this time. We'd like to thank you, as always, for liking, sharing, and subscribe, and we'd like to remind you all that you are loved, that you are strong, and that you are not alone. I'm Chris. Thanks for watching.